Berlin. 3.5 million people, a legendary gay sauna, countless clubs, dark rooms, fetish bars, and some of the most iconic cruising parks in the world. The city was just ranked number 2 in the global gay cruising index. Only London scored higher. And I'm going to show you why I think they got it wrong. This is the Cruising Guide Berlin, the real one. I'm going to break down every type of gay cruising this city has to offer. Outdoor, indoor, places that were made for it, and the places that just became about it. And I'm using Sniffies to navigate all of it. This is what Berlin looks like on Sniffies right now. Every pin is someone who's active. Every marked spot is a known cruising location. In most cities, you get a handful. In Berlin, well, you see yourself. By the way, the full top 5 ranking is in the description. But tell me in the comments, which city do you think should be number 1 in the global gay cruising index? And does your city even mark the list? The Tiergarten, probably the most famous cruising park in the world. Right in the center of Berlin between the Bundestag and embassies, and at the same time one of the most charged electric spaces in Europe. That contrast is what makes Berlin, Berlin. On Sniffies, you can see the marked cruising spots inside the park. On the icon, you can see if there are active check-ins right now. And you can even read a description about all the places with some tips about it. Cruising has been going on for decades. In times where being queer was illegal in Germany, parks like this were the only safe option. And they weren't even safe. People risked everything. Police raids, violence, prison. The fact that we can walk through here today openly, freely, that's because people before us fought for it. These aren't just parks, they are monuments to queer resilience. What is your local cruising park? Every city has one, even if it is not on the map. Drop it in the comments. Let's build our own global cruising index. The Hasenheide in Neukölln is the Tiergarten's grittier Kasse. Less central, less touristy, and depending on when you go, a very different energy. This park has always attracted a more diverse, more underground crowd. It's rougher around the edges, and that's part of the appeal.
Volkspark Friedrichshain.
Another classic. The area around the Märchenbrunnen has been a known cruising spot since as long as anyone can remember. And it's not without controversy. So a few years ago, the city redesigned the park so that at the nighttime, it is not longer possible to enter the Märchenbrunnen area illegally. And that shows to us these places are not guaranteed. If you want to know where you can find the cruising area in Volkspark Friedrichshain, just watch my video. I made a dedicated video about the big outdoor cruising areas in Berlin, Hasenheide, Volkspark Friedrichshain and Tiergarten. The video is linked in the description. A few things if you're new to outdoor cruising. Take your time, don't rush into anything. Walk around first, get a feel for the space. Every spot, every park has its own codes. How people look at each other, how they signal interest, how they move. Cruising works through eye contact, body language, gestures, rarely through words. And that's why consent is so important. A no is always a no. You don't owe anyone anything just because they looked at you. And the other way around. If someone isn't interested, respect that instantly and move on. No discussion. And be aware of the time of the day. During the afternoon, there are families, there are dog walkers, there are joggers. Be respectful. The energy usually shifts after dark. And please take your trash with you. Condoms, tissues, bottles, whatever you brought, take it back. These spots only survive if we take care about them. Have you ever cruised outdoor? Or is it something you would never try? I want to hear your take. No judgment. Now let's go inside. Berlin has an incredible range of venues that exist especially for gay cruising. Saunas, clubs, fetish venues, dark rooms, places where everyone is on the same pages while they are going there. Let's break them down. When it comes to gay saunas, Berlin actually just has one, Der Boiler. And actually it's all you need. It's an institution. You pay, you get a towel, and the rest is up to you. For a lot of guys, a gay sauna is the easiest entry point into cruising. There's stuff, there are rules, there's a controlled environment. If you are nervous about cruising, a gay sauna is a very, very easy first time and a comfortable start for you. On Sniffies, you can filter by what you are looking for, including venue types like bathhouses, So if you click on the profile of someone and you can read that he is into going to the bathhouse, maybe he's the right person to go together with you when you are shy. So you can check on the map if someone is online and in your area who's also into the sauna vibe, for example. And then there is next level. Berlin scored 10 out of 10 when it comes to fetish clubs in the Global Cruising Index. And that's not a surprise to anyone who has been here before. From places like Lab.oratory at Berghain to fetish bars like Böse, Buben and Quälgeist to parties like Pig or events like Folsom Berlin. This city has a depth of cruising culture that you just don't find anywhere else. Every venue has its own vibe. Some are chill, some are intense. Some have strict dress codes, some don't. The one thing they all share: clear house rules. Check them before you go. The staff isn't there to judge you. They are there to make sure everyone has a good time and everyone stays safe. Inside a darkroom, communication happens through touch and gestures. Give yourself a moment to adjust to the darkness. Don't bring valuables. Have protection ready. Most places have dispensers, but bring your own just in case. And this is important. Just because someone says yes to one thing doesn't mean everything is on the table. Consent doesn't stop. It stays negotiable in the moment and every moment after. If something doesn't feel right, just stop. Simple as that. Adult cinemas. They might sound old school, but they're still a thing in Berlin, and they have their own charm. You buy a ticket, you sit down, and, well, the film isn't really the main attraction. It's the guy who's passing by the cabin you are watching the movie. These places attract a specific crowd. A lot of guys who wouldn't go to a sauna or fetish club feel comfortable here because it's low-key. You just sit and watch or walk around. You can be involved, but you don't need to. Zero pressure. But here's the thing. Cruising doesn't only happen at places they are made for it. Some of the most exciting gay cruising happening in these places, which are everyday spaces that people just use differently. Public restrooms, university, libraries, gym, changing, and steam rooms. Department store bathrooms. These are all spaces where cruising happens. Quietly, discreetly, in the margins of everyday life. In German, there's an own word for a public toilet used for cruising. Klappe. It's one of the oldest forms of gay cruising. It's less common now than it used to be, but it hasn't disappeared. Some of these places have developed their own cultures, their own regulars, their own peak hours. Gyms are another one. The steam room, the sauna, the showers. There's a reason why you can find these places also on Sniffies. My gym, for example, and the gyms around, there are Sniffy spots with a high frequency. Not everyone is cruisy, but the ones that are, everyone knows. On Sniffies, all of these spots show up on a map. Users mark them, leave description, rate them, so you're never walking in blind. You know what kind of place it is, what to expect, and whether it's active right now. The vibe of these spaces is obviously different from the dedicated venues. Discretion is everything. Not everyone around you is there for the same reason. Respect that. Read the room. And if you are not sure whether someone is cruising or not using the bathroom, wait for a clear signal. When in doubt, do nothing. Before we wrap up, I want to talk about a few things that apply everywhere. Whether you're in a park, in a club, or in a gym bathroom. I said a few times already, but it's worth repeating. Consent is the foundation. Not a formality, not a mood killer, the actual foundation of everything. In a dark room or park, where nobody talks, consent happens through body language. Someone moves toward you, makes eye contact, touches you gently, that's an invitation. If someone freezes, turns away, pull back, that's a no. Respect it immediately. No second attempt, no negotiations. And check in with yourself too. Ask yourself, do I actually want this right now? Your own no is just that important as someone else's. Tell someone where you're going. Share your live location with a friend. Don't bring valuables you don't need. If you're meeting someone from an app, meet in a public place first if possible. Trust your gut. If someone feels off, leave. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Your safety comes first. Always. If something does happen, if you experience harassment or violence, don't stay alone. Talk to staff if you are in a venue. If you are outside, call for help. You can file a report if you want. Have a plan before you go out. Prep, condoms, regular testing. Figure out what works for you and commit to it. Don't make these decisions in the heat of the moment. Berlin has an incredible testing structure. Many checkpoints offer free, anonymous HIV and STI testing. There's no excuse not to get tested regularly, especially if you cruise a lot. And if something goes wrong, PAP exists. It's an emergency treatment that can prevent HIV infection if you start it within 72 hours. Know where to get it before you need it. Quick words on the legal side. Cruising itself isn't illegal in Germany, but intimidate activities in public can be classified as public nuisance if someone who doesn't want to see it gets confronted with it. That can mean fines, ID checks, or being told to leave. The rule is simple: be discreet. And don't do anything in front of people who didn't sign up for it, especially during the day and especially when there are also families around. If someone catches you, stop, find a more private place, and carry on. And now something for the community. What's the one piece of cruising advice you wish someone had given you earlier? Share it in the comments. It helps other people. Sniffies is map-based and real-time. No endless swiping, no catfish profiles, no 3-day text conversation that lead nowhere. You open the map, you see who's around you right now and where guys are gathering. That's it. You can see famous cruising spots marked on the map with description and live check-in counts. And if you are browsing on a train and want to keep things discreet, vanilla mode blurs the spicy content. I've got a link in the video description that gives you a full week of Sniffies Plus for free. Use the code INSIDEROB when you sign up. Parks, sauna, clubs, fetish bars, adult cinemas, gyms, steam rooms, and yes, even the occasional university bathroom. Berlin has it all. There's a reason why this city ranked in the top. Cruising isn't just about hooking up, it's about freedom. It's about a culture that our community built from nothing, often at great personal risk. And it's about respect for the spaces, for each other, for yourself. If this is your first time thinking about cruising, go on your own pace. There is no rush and there's no right way to do it. And if you are a veteran, keep the culture alive. Teach the new guys. Be the person you needed when you started. This is Berlin, the cruisiest city in the world. Fight me, London. And if you want me to do a cruising guide for your city, tell me where. Dublin, Amsterdam, Barcelona, Gran Canaria, whatever gets the most comment, that's where I'm going next. Subscribe so you don't miss it.